Here we go.
You're watching Reason and Theology Live. And now, your host, Michael Lofton.
And now, in our continuing saga of videos that did not age well.
This is a unique situation. And I know everyone's like, oh, are you guys going to talk about resignationism? And was it a valid resignation? I believe it was a valid. Maybe that's a video for another day. I don't want to get into it.
It's kind of boring. Yeah.
Well,
I think it was
people
valid.
are super excited about it, but yeah.
Could do one, but yeah, the answer is probably it was valid. Maybe it wasn't, but that's just not, no one has the information to make that call. So
Right.
yeah, we could do an hour and a half on that.
Right. Because
But
you have
it
to
probably
you have
is.
to go back in time and psychologize Ratzinger Benedict.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
exactly.
That's the problem.
And that's fine for a 5-minute segment on an
Right.
otherwise substantial video, but 90 minutes or like a 3-hour video, like wink wink on psychologizing Ratzinger is just not, it's not substantial enough. No.
I don't know. There's been a lot of videos that have been done about this.
One has, he's insisted 3 times now by my count that this is sensationalism. He sticks his head out and he says, this is absurd. That's very frustrating to hear if you're committed to this position of Benevankitism.
People don't want Francis to be Pope. And so they're desperate for a theory that makes Benedict, the good Pope, still the Pope. And we're saying, well, maybe.
Taylor, that's my line. What's going on here? Am I in the Twilight Zone? That's what I say to you.
Do you have any coupons for me? That's what I ask you. We all have our roles to play.
Okay, let's hear that again.
That this is sensationalism. He sticks his head out and he says, this is absurd. That's very frustrating to hear if you're committed to this position of Benevankitism.
People don't want Francis to be Pope. And so they're desperate for a theory that makes Benedict, the good Pope, still the Pope. And we're saying, well, maybe he's not that different from Pope Francis. And also the whole argument, I don't want to get too much into it, depends on the distinction and the division between the ministerium and the munus of the Petrine office. And they say, look, Benedict only intended to resign from one, not the other. But the problem with the argument is you are already assuming a false idea, which is the munus and the ministerium are distinct. And they're the same exact thing. It's like me saying, I want to leave my inheritance to my nephew, Ed Marshall, but not to Edward Marshall.